Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel throughout social media. We're going to get you out here before the top of the hour, give you guys enough time. Get those bets in the primetime games. That's what we do here on the drive-thru Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Deliver live free sports picks with the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And to deliver those winners, our professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. So let's take a peek at who's on the show with us for today. All right, with us, Javon signing momentarily. It's Rod Zawacki, Jay Briggs, David Racy, and of course Kirk Stewart. Here's how they'll line up for this evening. Racy, Briggs, Burt, Stewart, Zawacki, and I will close this one out. All right, just baseball remaining here on the board tonight. Got the Cardinals up 4-0 here on the Nationals. Of course, Pittsburgh winner earlier on, so 5 games left in Major League Baseball. Got some Summer League action as well. We're going to pick here from the Summer League tonight from California as they work their way until they get to Vegas. Let's get the show. Let's go to welcome in David Racy. Catch him over at Pick Dogs. Bring David in right now with Major League Baseball coverage here. Let's see if we get him here in just a second. There he is. David, what's going on?
Not much, Tony. Tigers swept the Reds over the weekend. I think we're back in this playoff chase. Not really, but my wishful thinking's taken me there. At least we get to watch Scooble every fifth day. He's been awesome to watch this season.
He certainly has. If they can only get these bats going, we'll see how that rolls. We've got tonight. We've got Reds and Rockies head to head. The Reds are favored $1.60, total of 9.
Yeah, this is an interesting series because, like I said, the Reds just got swept against the Tigers, which really is a tough place to be when you look at how Detroit has been over the last really 2 months. They've been pretty poor, but the Tigers went into Cincinnati. They swept the Reds in 3 games, and Cincinnati allowed 5 runs in all 3 of those games. But I'm on the Reds here tonight. I like them to bounce back, and I actually like them on the run line. When you look at Cincinnati as a whole, I know they struggled over the weekend against Detroit, but prior to that, they swept the Yankees in 3 games, and they're 5-5 in their last 10, so they're all right despite that poor series against Detroit. And they're starting Andrew Abbott, who has really been solid over the last 2 weeks. He's allowed 2 earned runs or fewer in each of his last 3 starts. I know he's had a couple rocky outings this season, but this Colorado team on the road is awful. They're 12-31 on the road. You look at how Colorado's been recently, they're actually not bad. They're 5-3 in their last 8 games, but 4 of those wins were at home. They play much better at Coors Field. Like I said, they're 12-31 on the road. They're 1-5 in their last 6 road games, with all 5 of those losses coming by at least 2 runs. They're going with Ryan Feltner tonight, who's been super inconsistent this season. He either pitches really well, allowing 2 or 1 earned run, or he's allowing 5 or 6. So there's really no medium there. But I'm going to fade the Rockies on the road. It's been so profitable this season. So give me the Reds minus the 1.5.
All right, David here going with the Reds here. Run line situation here. Going to go ahead and lay that 1.5 here against this Rockies team who's had their issues here on the road. Although, at home they'll be competitive, I should say here. But again, you're looking at a Rockies bullpen. You would think this would be their number at home, but near over 6 there in road.
Yeah, just the pitching staff as a whole for Colorado is miserable. I mean, there's bad, and then there's Colorado. You look at the team ERA, just going down the list, they are last, and it's not even close. I mean, they're last by almost a full run. They really struggle, and like you said, at home, they can kind of get the bats going and can play competitively, but on the road, it's a different story. And I think Cincinnati bounces back here tonight with a big offensive game.
We're looking, we got some nice plus money. We see plus 127 in some places here on this Reds run line play here tonight at 7:10 Eastern Time. All right, David, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Group for tonight's action. Of course, the limited card tonight, 5 on the board here from the NBA, heading to a big week. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, it was a solid weekend for me over at Pick Dogs Premium in the MLB. I think I was 9-3 Saturday and Sunday, so it was a solid weekend. Looking to stay hot today. Limited card, I got 1 going right now. I'm hoping the Cardinals can hang on. I got 2 more plays for tonight. 1 early game, 1 late game. So head on over there, check it out. I know we're in the dog days of summer, but best value is still long term, especially with the volume I put up, even in baseball, or pair me up with one of these other cappers. But either way, head on over and good luck tonight.
That's right, guys. Got over with Dave Racy over at Pick Dogs Premium. Hey, wanted to get that 7-day pass. You guys like doing that here on the Monday. All of David's premium plays Got NBA and WNBA here going with you here, as well as MLB, I should say. The NBA, seen documented here for the NBA Summer League, but it's okay. There's a lot of action here with MLB and WNBA. Use that promo code Pick It, check out, and you'll save that 15% off. All right, David, it's always great having you show. Have yourself a great week. We'll catch up with you next week, but we can always catch up with your written work over on the sites.
Yep, just head on over to Sports Chat Place or Pick Dogs. Click on the free pick tab at the top of the page. Click on whatever sports you're looking for. You can get a free pick, stats, trends, all that good stuff. And I think I don't personally cover the NBA Summer League with the articles, but they are up there. And I know we missed a couple early on, but there are going to be more to come. So NBA Summer League, WNBA should all be covered on there. So it's a great source of information.
That's right, guys. Check it out. Sports Chat, as well as the Pick Dogs website for more written content. Find David's written content up there. All right, David, have a great night. We'll catch up with you again next week.
I appreciate it, Tony. Have a good one.
You as well. David Racy here on The Drive, dude. Let's continue here on the show, guys. Pass on chat pick a day. I'm not going to give you Twins and White Sox. That's what's left out there. You guys know what to do with that one. All right, let's continue here on The Drive-Thru. Up next, we are going to bring in Jay Briggs. Catch him over at Pick Dog. Also catch him in the mornings there with Chris. Again, shows as well. Also, has begun with Chris, a WNBA video series here. And we'll bring Jay in here in just a second. Ready to roll here with baseball from a team close to him. Jay, what's happening?
Tony T, what's happening, my man? How you doing on this beautiful money-making Monday?
Doing great, dude. Great. Just soaking in the action tonight. And we're going out this way here, out the West Coast here. As Texas is out there to face the Angels. We've seen Texas down $1.50, total 8.5.
Hey, look, this game barely missed my pregame today. You know, just barely missed it. So I'm giving it to you out here. I am betting this thing here today because I feel like the Rangers are in a must-win situation. This is a must-win series where they can gain a lot of ground on the two teams that are ahead of them in the division, the Mariners and the Astros. The Angels had a stretch early last week where they were playing good baseball, but since then they have been playing awful. And the Rangers, we saw them just avenge their demons at home at the crib against the Tampa Bay Rays. I'm not overcomplicating this one, man. In the grand scheme of things, when you look back at the Rangers' last 30 games or so, I'm pretty sure 27 of those last 30 wins are on the run line. That's just how it is for the Rangers. I'm attacking some plus money today. I think they absolutely beat up on an Angels team who's not playing well right now, going in the wrong direction. Must-win series for the Rangers, trying to get back into the thick of things and defend their World Series championship. So I'll let it run line with my boys here tonight.
All right, we got Jay here going to go ahead and lay the run line here with this Texas Ranger team. John Gray against Davis Daniel here. And of course, the Angels bullpen, and they've not been a good home team this year. This Angels been a terrible home underdog, 13-23, losing 7 units. And one thing to note here, if you look at the past 10 games for the Rangers, that they've been hitting the ball.
Yes. That's the key for the Rangers. Remember, last year they were the second best offensive team in all of baseball. This year their offensive numbers have been on the decline, and that's the reason why they're a below 500 team. And it's no secret that the reason they've been playing better here recently is they've been hitting the baseball. Health has also been a main concern for this team, and we're still looking for them to add some pieces back. But when that offense starts to tick up for the Rangers, hey, they're a team you can get and create a lot of value and a lot of money-making opportunities laying runs. Because when they win, they usually win dominantly. So if you got the stomach for it, I would say lay 2.5, 3 runs with them tonight. Pray they come out and kick the crap out of the Angels like you're supposed to.
Yeah, no doubt about that, because you want 6 games under 500. You want to get close to that 500 mark so you can make that push in August, September for that wild card spot. We've seen teams do it before. We saw the Diamondbacks do it last year. We saw Cardinals a few years ago come from the dead to get to the wild card spot. So again, it's possible here where you got a lot of teams around 500 in baseball.
Yeah, this has been one of those weird seasons. Kind of a passing of the guard, if you will, to Major League Baseball, I think. Even you see it in the All-Star game with 32 players that have never been named to an All-Star game making the All-Star game in Major League Baseball. So, hey, you never know. Everybody's kind of middle of the pack right now, and we might see, even the Yankees, who look like world beaters earlier this season, they've been on a real decline recently. So I think this season, more so than any other season, it is wide open here in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, some news here. Jacob deGrom, they're expecting him sometime in August. And someone I like that was picked up was Tyler Mahle. No one really talks about him, but I really liked him in his time in Cincinnati. He was a really good road pitcher. I remember you could count on him. Had that injury, but I think Mahle is someone who could help this team in the second half.
Yeah, we need all the help we can get. We saw Scherzer's back. When everybody gets back into the lineup, it just puts it's Mitch's argument. It puts everybody back in the place that they're supposed to be in, where they're comfortable at. You got Dunning now coming as like long relief. You got, Heaney no longer being like the third option. He's now the fourth option. It just puts everybody in their spot in the right matchups, and you play the matchup game. Bruce Bochy's probably one of the best managers in the game at doing that. I think will be in prime position to, make the postseason when it all comes down to it come October.
Yeah, so they're trying to take advantage of this week teams you're playing right now. Who do they have after the Angels?
The Astros. So
Whoa. Okay.
That makes it, so I think right now they're 4 games back of the Astros, but they got the Angels on deck and then the Astros. So they could really close this gap heading into the All-Star break. They could close it significantly. So they could be 2 games back of the Mariners and have jumped the Astros by the time we get to the All-Star break here at the end of the week. That's how close it is here in baseball.
Yeah, Mariners look like a sinking ship. They just can't hit the baseball. That's the big issue there. With at least you got the hitters. You could get 2 good starters coming back here in the second half of the season here. So the Rangers team you may want to look at. And I haven't even looked at. Of course, this is where you try to figure out. You look for those postseason value, right? Teams that have struggles, but they're getting back players. Interesting to see would there be you make a jab here at maybe some futures on the Rangers.
So I'm already there. I'm already there. I'm for sure looking at it. I would look at. To me, the wild card race is pretty difficult. With the Red Sox in there, the Royals in there. There's a couple teams in that wild card race. I think for this division, it's going to be the division winner, and everybody's going to be battling out, and it's going to come down to the last week, kind of like it did last year.
Yep, that's what it looks like here. Let's see, to make the playoffs, let's see what we got on the Rangers. Just to make the playoffs, of course, it will have to be through the division. That wild card could be out of reach. Yes, it's $6 plus 600 on the Rangers to make the playoffs.
It's very possible. We went through the numbers for the Mariners the other day. They're like hitting the baseball 29th of 30 teams in baseball right now. Is that who you trust to win the division? I don't, especially when they usually fall off second half of the season. Anyway. The Astros, I'm a little nervous, they're playing well. We expect them to be in the thick of things, but we kind of saw this 2-horse race last year. Rangers got the best of them when it mattered most, so we'll see how it plays out over the full course of the season. You're getting better odds on the Rangers, who won the World Series atop, the Astros last year. So
it's better to take them to win the division, to win the AL West 11-1 for the Astros. I'm sorry, for the Rangers.
There you go, and that's probably how they're going to have to do it. So 11-1 is I like my odds.
There you go. Looking at a lot of future. They're trying to foresee it here. Looking at strength of schedule. You got some weak links here, obviously with the Angels, Athletics, and of course Mariners bats are weak. That could be some opportunity to gobble up some wins here as we get into the second half of the season. We're already in the second half because we already played more than 62 games. 72 games? Yeah, 82 games. So we're getting into the second half already. Jay here on the Rangers run line, lay the run and a half plus 105 tonight, 9:30 Eastern time. All right, Jay, let's take a look over at Pick.com for tonight's action. Of course, limited card, 5 games on the board here for Major League Baseball, as well as a couple of action here. We got a couple games from the Summer League. What do you have going over at Pick.com? As you can see, having a great 2024.
Yes, sir. Hey, all I have tonight is my favorite play in Major League Baseball. My $19 Major League Baseball play today. Scoop it up and let's continue to kick the crap out of the books. We cashed it last night on Sunday Night Baseball with the Boston Red Sox. So trying to do it again tonight, man. Scoop that play up over at Big Dogs Premium and let's continue to kick the crap out of the books. But, hey, we're in July. I know it's right around the corner. Christmas in July. We got to talk to Mitch when it's starting exactly. Or if it's already started, I might just be going there again. But grab something long term, man, and let's continue to kick the crap out of the books. You get great pricing on the NBA, on football, everything right now. So be on the lookout for that. We probably have kind of just missed the boat. So my price will probably be reflected later on tonight or tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that, man. Get you a great price on what I got going for the remainder of the year, and let's continue to try to keep that.
That's right, guys. Keep an eye on that 1 year all sports pass. So that's where a lot of the reductions are on the 1 year pass. Some of you folks will be looking to renew some of those because I know we did a lot of long-term 1 year passes in July of last year. So keep an eye out for those 1 year passes because they know what we got coming in the year. We got a full NFL, full college football, full NBA, full college basketball, full hockey. Those will be full seasons there. I know baseball's a little mixed here into this season, start of next season, but man, a lot of the major sports are full season coverage there with that 1 year.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's one of the best deals in sports. I wish Tony Brown was here. He breaks it down better than anybody else.
That is right. That is right, guys. So get on board, guys. Keep an eye on that Christmas July promo Jay will be having up there. And, of course, get that 1 year pass. You can see the great results here from Jay for the year. All right, Jay, it's always great having you on the show. Continued success. We'll catch up with you tomorrow. We can always catch up. A lot going on here. Even this summer, you got your live show. And, of course, you've got that WNBA series you work on with Chris.
Yes. Y'all can catch me and Chris. It should be up tonight as we post the WNBA for tomorrow. I will not be on the morning show tomorrow morning. I have something going on. I should be here with Tony T tomorrow evening, though, so y'all should catch me tomorrow evening here with Tony T. I think either Mitch or Costi filling in for the morning show, or maybe both. So tune in. You might get a great show tomorrow from those three guys, and then I'll be back on the morning show on Wednesday. So that's kind of my outlook for the week, and then regular schedule programming all throughout that. So you'll see my face plenty here at Pick Dogs as we just try to make some money here in the dog days or something.
That's right. Dog Day is summer. Keeping an eye on what's going on with Cowboy Camp. It's going to open up pretty soon, right?
Yeah, it's going to open up here soon. I'm not trying to get too hype on my Cowboys. You know, I'm a little spoiled right now. My Rangers, my Mavs, my Stars, they all made a conference championship this year. Or more. You know, the Rangers and the Mavs went to the respective finals. Cowboys, on the other hand, I haven't seen them make a conference championship in my entire lifetime. 24.
Well, maybe it's time for you to make a trip to California and check out their camp.
Might have to
it's
do
cooler.
something.
It's cooler in Oxnard. Oxnard's a little cooler out there.
Yeah. Might got to switch it up, see what's happening. But we'll see what happens with them boys this year. I'm not too hyped on it.
All right, there we go. We'll see. We're getting close, guys. I think Hall of Fame game's less than a few weeks away, 3 weeks away. So check us out. All right, Jay, have yourself a great night. We'll catch up with you hopefully tomorrow.
Thank you, Tony. See you tomorrow, man.
You as well. Jay Briggs here on the drive. So let's continue here on the show, guys. No chat. I don't want to give you Minnesota and the White Sox. You guys know what's going on there. That's the only game. That's the only game that's left. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru. We're going to go ahead and bring in Javon Birch. Catch him here at Pick Dogs Premium. He's been doing great work over on the site. We'll bring him in right now. Javon, what's going on? You're on mute there, Javon. You're on mute.
What's going on, Tony? How are you?
Doing great. You're looking forward to this card tonight. We're going to go looking at a divisional game here between the Guardians and Tigers. Cleveland $1.34 on the road. Total says 8.5.
Yeah, and I'm on the over in this one. Now, just a situation where you got Gavin Williams on the mound and shellacked for 5 runs last start. I believe in like 4 innings, 7 hits. Just wasn't a pretty game for him. And he has trouble with the base on balls. So I expect runners to be on base plenty for the Tigers. And say what you want about the Tigers lineup, but lately they've come alive. 5 runs in each of their last 3 games. They also sprinkled in a 9-run performance, another 9-run performance, another 5-run performance, and a 7-run performance in their last 10 games. So, their bats are heating up. And against a pitcher like that, I expect some things, to come about. I expect some runs across the plate. On the other side, you have the Guardians, and they know how to hit. That's for damn sure. Both of these teams, have gone under more than they stayed under this year. These are 2 over-leaning teams, not only overall, but in their last 10. The Guardians are 7-3 to the over in their last 10. While the Tigers are 5-4-1 to the over in their last 10. And I know Keita Montero, he pitched well, and maybe he'll pitch well again. But you get to these 2 bullpens, you get to the Tigers bullpen, it's a mess. I mean, they're in their last 10, they're running 6+ ERA, while the Guardians, they're one of the best bullpens of baseball overall. But in their last 10, they've let it slip too. They're running with a 4+ ERA. So I think when all said and done, when this 27th out is recorded, I think we'll have an over on our hands. It should easily get to 5-4, and that'll make it over.
All right, we got Javon here going over to over 8.5 here with his Guardians and the Tigers matchup here. Of course, what we've seen here from the Tigers, they're putting up 5 runs or greater in 4 of their past 5 games. You go farther than that, they put 2 more out of 3. So we're going here 6 of their past 8. So we've seen the run production here start to kick up here since that KC series here with the Tigers. For the month of July, we have really.
Yeah, I mean, the proof is in the pudding, man. And for me, it's all about the run just scoring. At the end of the day, you could have 100 hits and leave a bunch of men on base, and have nothing to show for it. As long as they're producing runs, man, that's all good with me. And I got to look at recent trends with these ball clubs, no matter what they've done in their complete body of work. So, I'm looking at what they're producing. And with the Cleveland, they've been producing all year, coming from behind in late inning situations. So there's no lead that's safe. And then like I said, both bullpens are struggling. So it makes for over for me tonight.
All right, we got Javon here coming in over the total here with the Guardians and Tigers beginning here in about 15 minutes. All right, Javon, let's take a look over at Pick Doctor for tonight's action. 5 on the board for Major League Baseball. What do you have going over the side? We've seen you doing great work over the last 30 days.
Yeah, I got a 3-pack in MLB. It's a tough schedule, for today's slate. That's for damn sure. Baseball. So, we're gonna have days like this. So looking to grind out a winning night, and push it on to the next day and the next day and the next day to the All-Star break. Where we get a little break. So check me out on long-term 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, yearly. Football's right around the corner. We'll be here in a short few weeks, for live action, even though it's preseason. So as far as myself, last 2 years combined, the number 1 NFL handicapper with a first place finish 2 years ago, and last year with a second place finish. So, I'm always looking forward to football, whether it's NFL, college football, because those are my wheelhouse sports anyway. So, that's one of the other handicaps for the 2-for-1 capital. Most can't go wrong here in sports that plays for pitfalls. Let's get it.
Let's get it, guys. Let's get on board. John Birch over at Pick Doctor. You see great results over the last 30 days. Keep an eye on those long-term passes. That's your best value there. And use that promo code PICK to save that 15% off. Right, Javon, as always, great having you show. Continue that great success. We'll catch up with you later in the week. But of course, you also produce here on the with content with your video shorts.
Yeah, the video shorts are going, putting those up most days. Sunday's usually the day off where there's not enough nighttime action, to put that out. So, but I got one out today. Go check that out. Should pop. So cash that, and we'll move on to tomorrow's action.
That's right, guys. Check it out. Make sure to like, subscribe, set notifications, get those video series, those shorts from Javon as they're dropped. All right, Javon, have a great night. We'll catch up with you later in the week.
Absolutely. Have a great night. We'll see you on Friday.
We'll see you on Friday. Javon Birch here on the Drive Thru. Let's continue here on the show. We got our first taste of Summer League right now, as we're going to go ahead and welcome in Kirk Stewart. You're catching him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We got games in California, a couple of them on the schedule. I know we got 4 scheduled tomorrow, so we're moving along here in the Summer League. At some point, we'll get to the Vegas Summer League. As you know, there'll be a lot of teams in action then. But we're going to play here from Kirk Stewart. Let's bring him right out. Kirk, what's happening?
Not doing too bad. How you doing?
Doing great. All right, sporting that NBA title here from the Boston Celtics shirt and cap. Ready to roll here. It's not going to waste any time, man. It's got NBA. We just finished the NBA series about 3 weeks ago, and now we're ready to go with Summer League here. Grizzlies and Jazz head-to-head in California. Jazz favored 6, the total 184.5 in a 40-minute game.
Yep, this line's been moving already. I got it in at 5.5, so you probably know where I'm going with this one. But this might be a pretty bold accusation, but this Jazz Summer League team might be one of the best 3 Summer League teams I've ever seen. I mean, the talent on this team is absurd. I mean, they have Walker Kessler, Keontae George, Taylor Hendricks, Bryce Sensabaugh, and then rookies such as Cody Williams, Phil Kowski, Isaiah Collier, and they even signed Darius Baisley and Kenny Lofton for the Summer League outing. So this is a team that probably 8 to 9 of these players will be on the Jazz squad come the start of the season. So I know like Hendricks, George, Sensabaugh, Kessler, they all played together at the end of the season. They were even starting those 4 at the end of the year. So this is a team that has really already – these guys have gelled. They know each other's tendencies. Fill them in with some rookies that will probably get some time for the Jazz. I think this is going to be a very, very good Jazz team. And especially in the Game 1, they said that there weren't going to be any limitations for any of the players. So I expect the full – the Grizzlies do also have one of the better teams. Debut Edey should be tonight. Jake LaRavia is on that team. And they have a couple other names, but – this Jazz team, I'm really, really looking forward to because I think someone's going to make a real name for themselves in this Summer League team for the Jazz. So my picks with the Jazz, minus 5.5, 6. Whatever you can get it at, I would take it.
Yep, last year's rookies usually play their second year in the Summer League. That's when you look at line those rosters. Look at those guys that got minutes as rookies as they're looking to really build on it, build on their season, build for that next contract. And there's a lot of motivation here for these second-year players.
Yeah, I think especially Keontae George. He led the league. He led the NBA in terms of rookies last year in minutes played, and I think he could go for 30 in this one. I mean, I've been seeing a lot of videos, reading a lot that he's really working on a lot, and he's a scorer. I mean, I would be even looking at some lines like to drop 30s plus 450 on FanDuel. I just jazz. As this is probably fun they'll be to watch. Also, let's hear while we can.
Yeah, that's right. We're seeing some of these teams in action here. Interesting to note how you bring up Edey. What do you expect the pace of play to be here in this one?
I think this is a really, really tough matchup for Edey. I kind of see him and Kessler as pretty much similar players, big that aren't too fast. So this should be a fun matchup. I mean, Kessler can't get up the court too fast either. So I'm expecting this pace to be good for Edey, but I don't know if the matchup is good for Edey in this one.
All right. I know we'll talk to Kirk later in the week, but your eyes here on this, we headed to semifinal round of these Copa and the Euro. What do you look at?
Yeah, I'm looking here. I think Spain's the best team in the tournament. I think, as I said on the drive-through on the shows with Goran, whoever wins that Spain-Germany game is probably going to win the Euros. I would go a step further in taking Spain this game. I would take them plus 180 to win the whole tournament. They've just really proven to be the best team in this tournament. Yes, Pedri went down, and yes, a couple players are suspended, but they're about 26 deep. Like, anyone on that team really can step in and make an impact. I mean, they'll probably start Jesus Navas at right back and Nacho, guys that are in their mid-30s or late 30s even, who can make an immediate impact, know how to play, how Spain plays. So I think Spain's going all the way. Copa, I think Argentina's going to win, but I will take Canada plus 1.5 at minus 140 simply because of the new rule change. If it's tied after 90 minutes, it's going to go straight to penalties. So I think that's going to be their strategy. Argentina have only scored 1 goal in the first half in this tournament. So I think Canada tries to do everything, parks the bus, and hopes that they can get to that penalty shootout where they have the best chance to win. So I think it's going to be a plus 1.5 for Canada in that game tomorrow night.
All right, if we look at Wednesday, England and Netherlands, a real high-profile game. Of course, they are here as we get into the semis. In the 90-minute, Netherlands 220, England plus 160. The 90-minute draw would be plus 180.
Yeah, that's a tough one because Netherlands has looked better, in my opinion. But England, just like France, they've found ways to win games. I'm personally staying away in that one, but I would lean towards the Netherlands to advance at plus 140. I think it could definitely, in 90 minutes, I could definitely see a draw. But the Netherlands are a team that takes chances, so England could definitely counter on them. I think that this is the hardest game in the tournament, or of the semifinals, this Netherlands versus England game.
All right, semis on Wednesday in Copa, Colombia and Uruguay. Competitive line here. Wow, almost the same across the board here. Colombia plus 185 in the 90-minute draw, plus 185 90-minute. Uruguay in the 90-minute plus 190.
Yeah, here I would go with Colombia on the money line in the 90 minutes. They're 27 games unbeaten, and Uruguay, they were lucky to advance. I'm just going to say that. I know that they played Brazil without Vinicius, who's probably a top 3 player in the world right now. And yeah, Colombia's 27 games unbeaten. They beat Costa Rica 5-0. They've looked like the best team in the tournament, barely conceding at all. And Uruguay's they're a great team, but Darwin Nunez has not been as clinical as he needs to in this tournament to put goals away. So I'm going with Colombia here. They've shown really everything I need to see. I would even sprinkle on them to win the whole tournament, and I think this is going to be a great game, though, but I think it's also going to be an under. I know the last one was a 2-2 draw, but this one I see an under. As we saw with Brazil-Uruguay, I mean, I think 10 of the 90 minutes had actual soccer. The rest was just crying and rolling around on the floor and everything.
There we go. You got the big games coming up on tomorrow and Wednesday. We got semifinal action in Copa and in Euro Tuesday and Wednesday leading up into the finals here. And, of course, there will be a third-place game, I believe. They still do that. And they'll see a bunch of rookies, a bunch of bench guys in there. Usually those third-place games, you get goals in those.
Yeah, I usually tend to stay away from them, but they usually tend to show goals. And a lot of the maybe people that didn't play so much, they'll try to really make a name for themselves and show that maybe they should be starting in the World Cup. So it's a very important game for those second-tier players. And usually we do see goals, but it's a really tough one to bet. You never know what the coach is going to do mid-game, if he's going to sub some players out. So I usually tend to stay away from those.
There you go. They got the Kirk action there, ready to roll here. For the show today, it'll be Jazz laying the points in Summer League action. 9 Eastern time. These will be on ESPN from California. All right, Kirk, let's take a look over at Pick Document for tonight's action. Of course, limited card tonight from baseball as we head into a week of a lot of baseball, WNBA, and soccer. What do you have going over at Pick Docs Premium?
Yep, I already got my 3-pack up for tomorrow for the Copa and Euro finals. I got 3 plays, 2 in the Euros, 1 in the Copa, and yeah, I just love these plays. So pack's up already. Wanted to have it up for the show. I got my MLB play of the day up for sale tonight. 7-3 in my last 10 MLB plays, so I'm really starting to heat up. And this is the perfect time for a 3-day, 7-day with the Copa and Euros ending and WNBA and MLB really heating up before the NBA and NFL season come, which I'm really excited for. It's going to be my first season with Pick Dogs for the NFL and NBA, so happy to see how that goes.
That's right, guys. Got with Kirk over at Pick Dogs Pip. Good time to get on board with Kirk on that 7-day pass. Get the remainder of the soccer tournaments from Euro as well as from Copa America. And, of course, the baseball and WNBA. Use that promo code PICKIT. Check out. We'll save you 15% off. All right, Kirk, as always, great having the show. Have yourself a good evening. We'll catch up with you later in the week. Of course, we can always catch your work here with your video series with Goran. Of course, you also come in with the baseball totals.
Yep, if you want 2 free picks per game for the soccer, we'll have those on the Pick Dogs YouTube site, so make sure to check out those. Me and Goran each give a free play, and then I also got my daily MLB over under on how big this. I'll give you the is on who I think is going to go over under, looking at matches and trends and everything. So a lot over on the site. Make sure to check it out.
That's right. Check it out, guys. Like, subscribe, set notifications so you get those videos from Kirk, baseball, and the soccer as well. All right, Kirk, have a great night. We'll catch up with you later in the week.
Sounds good. Thank you. Have a good one.
As well. Kirk Stewart here on the drive through. Let's continue here on the show, guys. Up next, let's bring him in. Rod Zawacki. You'll catch him over at Pick Dog Shrimp. Been good to us here on the show. We're going to get some plays tonight here from Rod. Maybe also take a look at the opening lines here from the CFL. It would be a good day with this light card. They're doing it again. We're going Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Single games on the board here for the CFL heading into the week. So let's go ahead and bring him in right now. Rod Sawacki ready to roll here with baseball on the show. Rod, what's happening? You're on mute there, Rod.
Yep. There. It's hot. Heating up.
It's heating up.
Hot. Yeah, hot here. Heating up here. We're 91 degrees. Tomorrow will be 95, 93, 90s. In the 90s for at least the next 10 days or so here up in Alberta, in Canada. So.
Canada action
Heating up.
here.
Summer's here.
It is here. Summer, no doubt about that. We feel that in Vegas at 1:30 and
I can't even. I couldn't even imagine. Yeah, no. 123
in Vegas. Death Valley 130.
I just put my steak out on the grill. Don't even need to turn the grill on in Vegas. You just throw it out there, let it cook in the sun for a little bit. Good to go. Season it up, self-cooking, right in the sun. It probably would char nice rare in a couple hours.
There you go. You get your steak tartare in no time here. You know.
No time.
Hey,
yeah.
you don't need charcoal for your grills in Vegas.
No, not at all. Nothing. You just put it up, put the pan out in the sun, and let her go.
That's right. No charcoal needed. All right. Here we go tonight. Twins and White Sox head-to-head here. The Twins, the big favorites, total 9, but you'll be looking at this one a little differently.
Yeah, looking at this a little bit differently. I think when you look at this game, I think we see some runs in this game with the starters that are going in this one. Paddock going for the Twins in this one. He's 5-3 with a 5.29 ERA this year. And Flexen getting the start for the White Sox, and he's 2-7 with a 5 ERA as well. So I definitely expect some runs from both these teams here in this one. But the way we're going Brian Buxton to get us an RBI. You look Brian Buxton versus Flexen. He's had 9 at-bats versus Flexen, and guess what? He's got 6 RBIs in those at-bats. He's got 2 home runs. He's batting .778 versus Chris Flexen. And when Buxton comes up, I expect there'll be a guy or two on, and he'll be able to rip us that RBI. You look, Brian Buxton's been hot, too, over the last 10 games. He's hit in 6 of those 10 games, smoking an RBI. I also gonna sprinkle a little on Brian to hit us a home run. He's hit 2 home runs off of Flexen in his 9 at bats. So take Brian Buxton to get us an RBI. He's done it in 6. 6. He's got 6 RBIs and 9 at bats versus Flexen in his career. So he gets excited. He's like, "Ooh, Flex, all right!" I'm excited. So and a nice plus 130. I'm in. He's gonna get us a nice ribeye here on Monday to start the week.
Yeah, you're looking at Buxton here, multiple hits in his past 3 games, hits in 5. Oh boy, a lot of multiple hit games here over the past couple of weeks from Buxton. He's been getting the job done. Of course, we said the Twins have been really hitting the ball really well right now. Probably one of the hottest teams over the past 10 games. They've just been pushing out cross runs, hitting the baseball, and of course, you're talking Flexen, but also don't forget you're looking at this White Sox bullpen. He may get a few at bats against.
Oh, I probably exactly. You got a few bats against the White Sox bullpen as well. In this one, we know Flexen probably goes 4 or 5 at best, and then we'll see that White Sox bullpen, and it hasn't been good either. So definitely he'll have his opportunity to probably go yard, get us the home run and the RBI all in one swing of the bat. And as you said, 8 of the last 10 games, he's hit 2 or more hits as well. So he's definitely been seeing the ball well, has been Buxton, and I love him to get us an RBI here tonight.
There you go, there for Buxton. RBI tonight at the plus price against this White Sox.
A nice plus price, yeah.
That's what you do. You look at some of these week's pitching staffs, and you try to bring your offensive players, and you try to get that plus money against them.
It's better than trying to lay a minus 190 here with the Twins, who we figure are going to win. Twins are on such a streak versus the White Sox. I think it's like 8 straight, 9 straight, something like that. The Twins have just dominated the White Sox. So instead of having to lay that price, I like finding a nice player prop. Also like the Nerfy here in this, or the yes runs in the first inning. I think we see something right off the hop. First inning, boom, we're getting runs. So I think the Yerfy in this one as well.
I wonder if you can play yes Minnesota in the first inning. Yes, Minnesota.
Right?
Yes. Yes, Minnesota. All right, Rod.
Yeah, you can take the over, usually over half a run. I think
half
over
run.
0.5 runs
Yep.
for the Twins in the first inning. Probably find a little plus price on that one as well.
There you go. All right, Rod, let's take a look here at CFL. We start on 7-11 here with Argos at Alouettes. We see the Alouettes went like 6.5, total about 51.
Yeah, and you look at this one here. This should be a pretty good football game. This Montreal team, I don't know if anyone's going to beat this Montreal team. Haven't lost since dating all the way back to last season when they made that run, and then just been rolling right along. They looked like Calgary was going to hold on and upset them. Well, now they came roaring back. Calgary did get the cover in Montreal the last time out, but Montreal's been rolling. And this Argos team, well, they lost by 7 to in Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan defense definitely stepped up in that game here in this one. So for me, head-to-head in here, I got to go with the Argonauts here. I think they can keep it close. Head-to-head between these two teams. This is one of those spots. This is a little bit revenge. Montreal snubbed the revenge spot earlier on in June, but I think Toronto can get the cover here, keep this a close, tight game. I think 3 points or less. Field goal wins this game late, so take the points with the Argonauts in this one.
Take the points plus 6.5, plus 7 out there. Get those 7s before they get eaten up. All right, on Friday we got Calgary at Winnipeg. Looks like Winnipeg going to be laying about 4, total 47.
Yeah, and I'll take Calgary plus the points on that one. Winnipeg, sure. Strevler got his. He's perfect when he starts the games for Winnipeg, Dayton way back. So Winnipeg could get the win here in this one. But you look, this Bombers team, 1-5 ATS in their last 6. So sure, you got a win last time out and got off the schneid. But this Calgary team has been scrappy all season long. They've been scrappy in any games. And on Friday, they love to play football on Friday. 6-1 ATS. Their last 7 on Friday nights. I like the Calgary team here, plus the points.
Well, it says plus the points with Calgary. We go to Saturday night football from Canada. Saskatchewan, BC. BC place laying 7 here, total 52.
Yeah, and you look at this this total of 52. I like the under 52 here in this one. As I said, the Saskatchewan defense is for real. They're playing solid football. Let me just double check and see where they fall. I think they'd be pretty close. They might be first in the CFL defensive rankings, 3rd in the CFL, only holding teams to 23.5 points a game. And what they do is they love to stop that rush. So BC loves to run the ball, holding 91 yards on the rush. Well, good luck rushing the ball here against the Saskatchewan team, as many teams have seen. They're the best at stopping the rush, holding teams to 46 yards on the rush, and that'll be very tough. Also 3rd against yards per play, 6.7. And this BC first at yards per play. This is going to be a tough one here for BC to run away with. And I don't see them running away. And what we've seen with that Hamilton game, sure, Hamilton made some mistakes and BC ran away with it. But I don't see BC running away with it here. The Saskatchewan defense is for real. They keep it close. I think Saskatchewan. Plus the, looks like another 7 I see in spots. So grab the points with Saskatchewan.
Oh, dog. Yeah, right. We close out the week with a Sunday night game. Ottawa at Edmonton. At the Elks, they're at home. The Elks at home going to be laying 3. There's a 4. There's a 3.5 out there. Total 49.
Yeah, and you look at this one here. I think the Elks finally get off the schneid. The Elks definitely, they've had their chances and have been a scrappy bunch. You look at all their games this season, really haven't got blown out. 3-point loss to BC. No shame in that. 3-point loss to the Argos. 3-point loss to Montreal. The one to kick off the season, they did lose by 8, but then last 3 games they've been scrappy and been getting covers. So I know you have to lay points with the here at home, but against Ottawa, I like the Elks. Last time they faced was last season, and the Elks got the win here at home, 30-20. I like the Elks to get the win by 7+. So only having to lay 3.5 is where I want to be. Give me the Elks minus 3.5.
Elks minus the 3.5 there from Rod. We got you the opening line report here and the picks here from Rod from the CFL for this week. Action here, single games on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And of course, on the record for the show, Byron Buxton, RBI plus 130. All right, Rod, let's take a look over at pick.group for tonight's action. 5 on the board for Major League Baseball before we head into a week with a lot of NBA and WNBA, as well as CFL, and MLB. Showing great results in WNBA this year. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, over Pick Dogs Premium today, I got 3 baseball games I absolutely love in tonight's action, so jump aboard that. It's my Monday MLB triple, so looking to go 3-0 in it, and I think we do. If you're looking for that lone single play, let's go with my 10-start play of the day. It is included in that Monday MLB triple, so scoop that up. Or, as many of the cappers before me have said, now's the time to join for a week. Use that promo code PICK at checkout. Save 15% off. Join me for the week as we continue to crush the WNBA, MLB, and continue to put money into your pockets. So jump aboard. Let's crush it this week. I'm excited for this week. Lots of good games coming ahead down the slate for us to make some money on.
Absolutely, guys. Get on board with Rod Spike over at Pick.com. Great results seeing WNBA. No better time to get on board with that 7-day pass, all the baseball, of course, all your WNBA. Use that promo code PICK at checkout. Save that 15% off. All right, Rod, as always, great having you show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow. We think we got everything from you today, right?
Yeah, I definitely got everything from me for today. So, besides, I think that Oklahoma gets over. Here's a little bonus for you. I think Oklahoma take their team total over with the Sooners this year. I like the Sooners too. It's a 7. I see it at, and they return 90% of their defense this season. I know they're having a turnover on QB, but I love that QB coming in there. I think their schedule for the first 3 games of the season, they play Temple. We know how Temple did last season, so nothing like opening up against a Temple team that to get things rolling for the Sooners. And I think they do that. Then they step up and they play Houston. So a little step up there, but I think they got Houston and they face off Tulane before they come and face Tennessee. So those first 4 weeks, I think they can get things going, get their offense rolling, and see the Sooners type football. And then we get into some games where it is going to be tight. They have to face Texas on October 12th. That'll be a good battle there. It's always Texas, Oklahoma. So I think they're 4-0 heading into that one. You only got to get 7. You look, they play Maine November 2nd, so there's a 5 for us there. I think they can beat Ole Miss this season. That's 6. LSU late. Missouri, they have to place Alabama, so I think they get to 8 wins for sure. So take the over 7 with the Sooners.
Over 7 there from Rod with his bonus. All right, Rod, have yourself a great evening, and we'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
Have yourself a good one, Tony. I think I froze. I don't need to hear my voice, but I froze. But you can still hear my voice?
Yeah.
Hello. I said it's getting hot, as you said. You can see I'm heating up. We're getting hot here.
Yeah, that's right.
Definitely have yourself a good one. Catch you tomorrow, everybody.
Catch you tomorrow. Rod Savaki here on the Drive 2. Let's continue here. So we'll get you a recap in just a second. We got time for me to actually go through my pick, so let's get it up here right now. Braves and D-backs. Yeah, the lines changed. That's because there's no Chris Sale today. The Return of the Elder. That used to be a Kiss album, right? Return of the Elder. Well, Elder has returned from AAA to get the start. He's not been very effective. Matter of fact, he has been bounced between the big leagues and AAA the past several seasons because of ineffectiveness. So Elder has not been a very effective pitcher. He's coming in, getting the start. Extra rest here for the lefty Sale. So they're going to go with Elder tonight. But Atlanta has been struggling at the plate here over their past 10 games. It's 227. They've got a losing record on the road. And they're losing -8 units for their backers on the road this season. So we'll go ahead and take the D-backs here at this plus price. Significant drop from what we saw with Sale on the mound. But I would have picked them against Sale because Arizona has been pounding left-handed pitchers. But they're not getting lefty today. It's a right-hander Elder. Sale comes in tomorrow. But again, Elder has been very ineffective last 3 seasons. That's why he's not been able to stick with the big league, with the big team. Of course, he really had that struggle late last season, which kind of landed him in the minors to start the year. So we'll definitely look at the D-backs here with the pitching change. I wish there wasn't a pitching change because I would have had a better number. We'll probably get that tomorrow with Sale coming back tomorrow against Arizona. But we'll take Diamondbacks here in this one, guys. Check out Pick Dogs Premium. Get on board with my long-term pass. Get my 3, 7, or 30 all sports pass. Get all my premium plays for that time period. Select when you go to my handicapper page, make that purchase. Remember that promo code PICK at checkout. We'll save you that 15% off. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through. It's time to take a look at the recap here for today's show. All right, we're going to recap it here with David here. By the way, it's now time to get your show picks. Put your show picks into the chat, and we'll read them off here at the end of the show here. David liked the Reds run line. Lay the run and a half plus 118. Jovan here was on Jay was on the Rangers run line at plus 105. Javon was on the Guardians Tigers over 8.5. Kirk was on the Jazz, lay the 5.5. Rod like Byron Buxton, RBI at plus price, plus 130. I will be on the D-backs here at plus 107. The one I like the most, let's go with Rod's pick. I like that plus 130 here with Buxton. He's been hot, and he's facing White Sox pitching tonight for that RBI at that plus price. All right, let's take a look at what you guys have. This will be your time to get your show picks in there. So let's get those show picks right now in the chat. We'll read them off. That's going to do it for this edition of the Drive-Thru, guys. Be sure you tune in again tomorrow live at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. Bring in our cappers from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Plays. We'll get your plays for you in real time. Remember to always get started with that morning show. We're live here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time during the week here with actually tomorrow will be Chris with some guests. So make sure you tune in then. And of course, all the video series. There's Mission 7 Picks in 5 minutes. His Betting Tool Show. His roundtable discussion with the professionals. We also have Shay and Chris with the WNBA up there. Brian Biller with his contrarian plays for you. Javon with his parlay shorts. We've got Kirk with the soccer and his MLB totals. And of course, and more content here. Ron Romanelli with his baseball breakdown as well. So guys, we got it rolling here. So make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications. Get these plays as they're released on the YouTube channel. Get notified of their dropping. All right, let's keep an eye here on the show picks for today. Blake liked the Reds run line here. Lay the 1.5. Let's see what else we've got here. Also, he likes the D-backs money line. For Fernando, likes tomorrow Uruguay or nothing. That's from Fernando in tomorrow's soccer in tomorrow's Copa. Let's see what else we've got here. Show pick from Ron Crawford. Cleveland first 5 from Ron Crawford. Rich 87. Angels win game 1 of the series. That's from Rich on the Angels tonight. Harrison Thomas says Rangers money line. Hot Rod on Seager over 1.5 hits plus 170. Corey's been heating up there. Easy, A1 Easy likes the Rangers on the run line. Run line as well as for Justin 1890. And I think we got last call here for your show picks before we close out the show. That's going to do it. All right, we got everybody's show picks here for you. All right, that's going to do it. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow live here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all again. We'll bring our captions from Big Dogs Sports Chat Place. We'll get your plays for you in real time. All right, let's go ahead and bring in our crew from tonight. We will wave goodbye, guys. You guys have a great afternoon, evening, and we'll catch up with you again tomorrow here.